on that Dr. Umar Johnson vibe.
That's what I was literally just thinking that. That was going to be my next comment.
Well, I'm trying. I mean, this was really the look I was trying to get. It's just the afro.
This is an Africans only live stream.
This is an Africans only live stream. If you are not black, please leave. I love how he repeats things. That's what really makes it funny. He'll say it
to be honest,
times.
I feel like I don't know if I really want to believe, but some people are saying it's a scammer. It's a top scammer, fam.
That'd make it even better if it was.
Oh yeah,
because he's been asking people to donate money for the school.
Oh yeah, but they've been donating.
Yes, it's been donating, and it's come to the point where people are asking, okay, what's happening with the money? What's happening with the land? What's happening with the school? And nothing's been done or said.
What's he asking for the money to do?
I think at first he was asking for like 2 million, and by now he should have received 2 million. So people are asking questions like, what are you really doing with the money?
Yikes.
Yeah.
I think his whole thing was like, he was saying, I remember the 2 million thingy, man. He was saying it because there was another white don who got like 2 million from Americans for something. I'm not sure what it was in particular. And he used it as a counter argument, like, can't the black community raise that amount of money for him? But I mean, there's so many variables as to why they wouldn't, because number one, their population's way less. Do you know what I mean? And two, no one
it's
really
way
knows
less,
what
but at the same time, he could do it. Like, he should have done it. And we're talking about like maybe 2016, 17 times.
Is this when he went on
around that time?
Yeah.
Oh,
like the first time.
He's an interesting character, definitely. Yeah, 100%. Dr. Umar, No Context is fantastic, man. If you're not following it, follow it, man.
Lord
have mercy. Dr. Umar.
Yeah, it's Dr. Umar, No Context. So what they do is they just take videos of him and they just like, it's out of context, but it's so funny. I mean,
because right now I'm following Eddie Hearn, No Context. No Context, Eddie Hearn.
That's a good one as well.
That's what, yeah.
That is brilliant. He's actually brilliant.
Yeah. What's my favorite one from Eddie Hearn? When you're going on a night out with a trim and without a trim. Before I got the trim, 60%. Now that I've got it, 100%. I'm gonna pull. Eddie Hearn's a legend. But yeah, no, definitely Dr. Umar, No Context. If you're not following it, you're missing out for sure.
Legends in the game.
Check that out.
What did he? There's just too much material with Dr. Umar. I mean, but yeah, I find him a very interesting character because sometimes he do be spitting,
and then sometimes it's just ridiculous.
Wild. I don't know if you saw. He said, "Come to me, and I'll cut your hair. Come and I'll give you a bold Caesar."
I like the one where he's in the park and he was like, "I see some Europeans." Entering the room.
You are no use to me with that white woman on your arm, brother.
How you lads doing? You guys all right? What's new?
It's all good.
New?
MIC episode 33. You dig?
Indeed.
We love to see it.
How you lads getting on? What's new?
Not much really, man. I guess it's we were just talking about. We're just waiting for this to be over. Fingers crossed soon, man. I'm trying to get into my Roaring 20s bag. You know, come with the old sport vibes.
you know, our 25 25th year has been robbed, man.
Bro, fam. If anyone asks me how old I am now, I'm 25 star, bruv. You've got to put the star next to
you know what? That's a fair point.
The asterisk next to it.
Can we get this back? Will we be the understood generation if we
I'm
push
reloading
things back?
it,
If we push things back.
Because 25, that's when you're really alive, innit? That's when you have all your knowledge, your common sense, and your youth. Like, this is the year for us to just be wild, but with common sense.
I'm so mad at it, bro. They're taking it
But
from
you
us.
know what? I'm looking forward for the outside in the sense that, listen, if we're out and I'm on a night out, I don't want to see no wallflowers. I don't want the energy that's just going to be, even for simple things like the energy at Nando's is going to be elite. You know what I mean? Like when you see the man, it's going to be love. There won't be a dry moment. So that's why I compare what we could experience to what they experienced shortly after the influenza flu back in like the 1920s. Because when their man came out, they came out hard. That's why you see all the stuff like Great Gatsby and stuff like that. And then man, you know, having a great time, having a bubble. Like that's what I think will happen when we're allowed out. So I guess at the moment, that's what's keeping me like happy. Just to that, you know, when we go out, it will be good. But to Eman's point, yeah, you do feel like you've been robbed of it because it's a whole year, and it's not even just us. It's like people like year 11s, you know, like they were supposed to have their prom this year. They're not going to get to do that. People were supposed to graduate.
I think they could still have their
supposed to do that.
I think they could still have their prom, depending on how like the government.
Yeah, but schools closed. Yeah,
the schools closed. But the thing is, I was speaking to a few teachers. One from church, one who's a close friend of mine. And fam, it's harsh. It's harsh because, you know, like your predicted grades in like secondary school. I don't think anybody there might have been one or two individuals, maybe 10, but in our whole entire year, nobody got their predicted grades. They overachieved that. So when it comes to these individuals who are doing their exams, who now no longer have exams, it's like, what do you do now?
Yeah,
because some people they may have been predicted a C. And they have put all the effort they possibly could just to make sure that they get like maybe a B, and at the end of the day they get an A, and they're just super happy with that and pleased. But now they that energy is now gone. It can't be.
Yeah, it's hard, man. Because even I relate to that. Because I mean, one of my biggest achievements was getting a C in maths, and my predicted grades for maths was a D. So I wouldn't have got that. Like I did well in the first. What you got in GCSE, you have 3 exams. I did well in the first 2, got a C. So my overall was a C. So that was what I was striving towards. But if I'd just been on my predicted grades, they would have just said, yo, that's a D. And as you know, having A to C in maths, English and science is important. So
important.
You know, that could have been an opportunity lost for me. So I feel for them, especially the ones that would have been trying to, you know, not accept their predicted grades and be like, you know what, I'm not feeling that, or that's not my portion. You know, I'm gonna strive for better.
Because the uni,
even like my younger sister as well.
What do you say?
Like, thank God, like my younger sister did her year 11 last year. So like she was in year 11 last year, and she got amazing grades, and she was very much an overachiever. They took pictures of her, put her in the freaking magazine, put her on the Gazette. So it was really amazing for that. But now parents, they can no longer have that sort of sensation. They can't really like parade their kids and stuff like that.
We'll see.
Go on.
I'm just saying, I think we have to wait and see. A lot of this is up in the air. I think it's good to have these conversations, but we still don't know what the government's plan will be. We can only hope, you know, that they do still allow people to sit their exams. Because I've heard stuff like, they might say, it's a weird year, there's no summer holiday. Man coming with the recess schools out. But they might have to say, yo, there's no summer holiday. You're just going to have to go back to school as normal throughout the summer months. And then, you know, that way you'll still be able to do your exams at some point. That's an idea that's being floated about. Again, no one knows, but it's a shame that people have had certain things robbed from them.
Nah, because students are still doing like work at home. Those that are from year 2 to year 10, year 12s, they're still doing work at home. So I don't think it's all right. But those year 11s and year 13s, you know, it's harsh.
But even I think the problem is even doing work at home. What's the work? I don't know anyone that's doing work at home, so I don't know what's the level of work that they're being required to do at home. You know what I mean? Like, is it substantial? It's not the same work at home that you're going to be able to do if you were in a classroom with a teacher.
No,
I've heard that some
obviously,
parents are having to teach kids some of the stuff,
I couldn't do it,
and
so
a lot of parents are finding out they don't know shit. So
So I'm not going to be of any benefit to my child if that was the case. So they're not really going to be able to, get the education they deserve because I wouldn't be able to give it to them.
No, a lot of it is like communication from teacher to student. It's like they may have like seminars, basically live seminars, but they'll just have to take notes, and then there's like tasks that they have to complete, homework. So like they may have to complete 3 sets of tasks within a week, and then a quiz.
Yeah.
I know that's what my boy's doing, so shouts to him.
I know that's what. Yeah, I think especially in higher education, so university, a lot of them are still doing their seminars and lectures through Zoom meetings, such as ourselves, like what we're doing at the moment. But it's just not it. Having that relationship and being in the classroom, you just can't. There's nothing that can replicate that. You know what I mean? Even the smartest of parents, they're not going to have the full understanding of everything. So they might be able to help them with one thing, but the knowledge will lapse somewhere. So it's not ideal. It's far from ideal. I wouldn't want to be a parent in this situation right now.
That's me.
But we'll see. I mean, I guess it's the same thing we've been saying the last few weeks. We could just only hope and pray that things improve.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, the boy himself, Drizzy Drake, released a new album or mixtape, whatever he wants to call it these days. Dark Lane demo tapes. Has everyone listened to it?
Yeah, a few times.
What's the thoughts in the room?
I think it's cool. I'm not. It's hard. I can't really rate it like I could rate an album because we've heard all the songs before, and he's for the first time he hasn't actually packaged. Besides, obviously, the care package, he hasn't actually put this out as if it's an album. So it's hard for me. It's hard for me to look at it from top to bottom and critique it as a body of work because it's not a body of work. It's just a collection of songs. There's some really good songs on there, obviously, but yeah, as a project, you can't really rate it because he's calling it a mixtape. He's done this kind of stuff before, and it's shot him in the back a bit because now people will actually treat it like it's a project.
Yeah,
but to me, it's not.
It's definitely a bunch of Lucy's which he's just thrown together.
It's a bit like Kendrick's Untitled, Unmastered, where it was just like Lucy's before. What was it? To Pimp a Butterfly, or after To Pimp a Butterfly?
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
Yeah, it was cool. Like I didn't feel like it was something he'd put his all into. It was a lot of the stuff that he previewed on that Instagram live, where he went on with OVO Mark. So it was interesting to get the songs that some of us wanted. You know, Pay 993 is now available. Landed, which was once called Stick It, is now available. So for me, that was a real highlight and being able to get those songs. So I'm grateful for that. It was cool. Like, it was fine. It's not something that's going to stick out. I think I'm very much on the same boat as you. It was just fine. Like, there's some songs I've got now that I'll be able to listen to on repeat. So I'm cool. I'm down with it. What do you think, man?
It's calm. I listened to it twice. But yeah, man, I think it's just calm. That's what I can say. I think the album, well, whatever it is, it's to pass the time. Like, there's music that stands the test of time, and then there's music that is just for that particular moment. Like, for example, Tootsie Slide. Tootsie Slide will only be remembered for this particular moment. Yeah. And then the next 3 years, it's like change the song.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like with this album, it's like, all right, cool. It's calm. It's a calm listen. I mean, my favorite song out of the whole EP mixtape is probably Desire at the moment. Just because I love the way it's just melodic in a way, but other than that, I mean, I have to listen to it again and again to actually give like a final verdict. But I think it's calm.
Yeah, it's interesting because I feel the exact same way. And I like some joints on there as well. But yeah, just I don't know. It seems like it was an interesting move to drop the mixtape now as well when people can't really go outside. So and it didn't. I don't feel like it's built hype for the album, if that makes sense. Which is, I guess, what he would have expected it to do. But it just seems like everyone's like got the same as us. It's cool, and I think there were some mistakes made on there in the sense that, oh my God, Carti ruined Pain 1993. Like, I could not believe it.
Let's talk about Carti for a second. Why is his voice getting more babyish? This guy's voice is like on a Benjamin Button thing, bro. Just aging backwards. You're gonna sound like a fetus.
For real. It's just, oh man, his label. I don't know. They've let him down with the rollout because we were saying, Whole Lot Already is very anticipated. He's got a very loyal fan base. He could do numbers. At Me was a horrible choice for a lead single. And then his performance on Pain 1993 just was not it wasn't it. And it was one of those moments where it was like, if this pops off as the lead single and it does really well, that's a real good look for Carti because way more people are going to see it on a Drake album than they would have had it been on as his lead single. So it was a chance for him to really show out. And he just let himself down big time.
I won't even look. I'll be honest. I don't mind Playboy Carti. I like him in doses, but I wasn't really looking forward to it because of his verse. But I understand the criticism because the verse was that bad. But at the same time, at the same notion, when I heard the snippet, I didn't really think, I can't wait to hear what Carti does on this. Maybe it's just that's just me personally, but
no, and I agree. But I was like, I know he's going to be on it somewhere. So my interest was piqued. I was interested to see what he brings to the table, but I didn't expect him to bring something that bad. And to the point, it was just like, when I listen to it now, I literally just, once he starts rapping, I go back. And then his ad-libs
pencil in my skip.
Nah, he did not need to do that, man. He came to ruin that song. But I mean, again, I guess it. I think the fact that we all seem to not be able to say a lot about it just shows how cool it was. Just like, it's fine. Like, I
like the intro. The intro, Deep Pockets. Some
Deep
of the bars he was getting off were hard.
I think it's drive around music.
Yeah,
I think that's the best way to conserve it. It's just drive around music and listen to the car. Yeah, that's what it is.
Chicago's freestyle still good as well.
I guess that is part of
Landed is my shit, boy. Landed is my shit, bro. When I heard that snippet, I said he's in that 6-man pocket where he's just flowing off, and it sounds sick. That's the one that I'm taking from this and running with it because some of the bars on there outrageous, bro. Pushing 6 was it kind of like I'm a politician, something like
politician. That, he was in his bag. I thoroughly enjoyed that song. I guess it just goes back to that. It's cool, but I don't think, and it didn't help as well that a lot of the songs we'd already heard. So
my question to you is, this is to both of you actually. If you had never heard any of the songs before, do you think you would have rated it higher?
Yeah, definitely.
Eman?
If I'd found...
Nah.
How come?
Because, I mean, I didn't hear that many songs. The only songs that I know is Juicy Slide and Desires. And I like Desires anyway. I mean, the other songs, I didn't go on the live. I've not listened to... I didn't watch the live of the...
Fair enough, yeah.
That's interesting.
So in terms of me, personally, for this particular album, nah. I mean, for other albums, like for example, Jay Huss's album, I heard the whole album before it came out. I I still have the same sort of feeling towards the actual album when it's official release. So it doesn't really bother me that much.
Yeah, I hear that. I mean, I guess, yeah. I think it would have been increased my listening experience would have been better had I found certain songs. Like if it was the first time I'd listened to Chicago Freestyle, I would have been like, wow, yeah, this is something. If it'd been the first time I listened to Pen 993 or Landed, I think I would have really been impressed. I think one thing though that needs to be said is he is rapping a lot on there as well, actually. So maybe that's something to think about. Like, I think he's getting off a lot of bars, deep pockets. From
Losses
Florida
as well.
with Love, yeah. So it's interesting. It's hard because it doesn't actually give a gauge on what the album's gonna be like when it comes out.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I definitely would have rated it higher if I hadn't heard anything, because I think there actually are some legitimately good songs on there. But I think we'll see with the album. He's saying what, summer? I don't think it's gonna come out in the summer. I don't think it's gonna come out in the summer. I think it might come out maybe like August. Go on.
When did it leak?
When did what leak?
And then, when did Drake's EP leak? Like, when was it?
It didn't leak. What do you mean leak?
It leaked. Like there were a few songs that were floating about, and then also like the other songs. Like when did Future song come out? Him and Future.
Oh, they
earlier in
didn't
the
leak.
year. He put it out on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Because I would say the rest of the songs may have come out. I don't want to put on COVID-19, to be honest. Because he might have not cared. Like, for example, if COVID-19 was the big bad that it was supposed to be, of course people died. But like, if it's to cancel all tours X, Y, and Z, then I think he might have just put it out like that. Just said, you know what, listen to this track, listen to that track, listen to that track, and then here's the full album, just to get you guys excited. But I don't think the amount of energy he gave. I mean, in any project, the amount of energy any artist would give is 100%. Whereas this one, I felt like he was just putting stuff together and just said, you know what, I have this for January.
Yeah, definitely.
June, July, I'll drop the album, the property.
Yeah. I think a lot. That's interesting, actually. I think a lot of artists might have had a plan, but it didn't go that way. So maybe he planned to just off the back of Life Is Good and how well that did. He might have just been like, yo, you know what? I might just give them this. He would have given us this earlier, but and we wouldn't have heard as many songs. But it was, that's just the way the cookie crumbles, and that's how it goes.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna sit. I don't think it will meet the summer release date, in my opinion. I think if we come out, if everything gets lifted off, like maybe June, July time, maybe like late August, he'll need people to be outside to really hear it, which is the issue. So, and also depends on what the music sounds like. I don't think it will have the same vibe as Dark Lanes or Dark whatever it's called. So,
no, not at all.
We'll see. We'll see what he decides to do.
It'll be interesting. I'm looking forward to the album regardless. But
I'm just glad there wasn't as many songs though. Like for once, it wasn't like
was a plus.
It wasn't a slog to get through. Some of his albums come in like Avengers movies, bruv. just there for 2 hours, like
just trying to get them streaming numbers up, man.
Reals.
Yeah, but good album. I mean, it was solid. Like no real complaints, and then we look forward to the actual real thing. So something I wanted to talk about was the clashes that have been going on. No Signal's done a great job with their 10v10.
Shouts out to them, man. Shouts out, they deserve all the credit, man. Shouts out to Scully and everybody there just doing their thing, because they've made a moment where everybody, like, they all had over 20,000 people for the Burna Boy and Popcorn one, which is insane.
Which is a really interesting clash. Burna Boy won in the end, didn't it?
Yeah, which I'm quite... I don't know if I'm surprised. It's actually very close when you think about it.
I don't know. I thought Burna Boy... I don't know. A lot of this stuff depends on how, like, relevant you are in the moment, unfortunately. But I felt like it was for Burna Boy to win. I was.
I low-key
Listen,
disagree
and
with
a
Who
lot
was it
you.
against, bro?
Go on, Eman.
Why is that?
Who was it against? Burna Boy versus.
So it's Popcorn.
It's tight,
He
innit?
lost.
It's tight.
Burner won.
It's tight.
But you know what? Do you know what it is? Do you know one thing people don't really factor in? It's about song choice and timing of playing certain songs. Because you can have all the clips in the chamber and you can just let it all out in the first 3 rounds. And then all of a sudden you have Clarks to come against and you know you're going to lose. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's also about when you play the song.
But yeah, I agree because that's the only. I don't really see that. I really want to hear that J Hus one, which is something I'm going to go back and do because I don't see how J Hus loses to Kojo Funds. No disrespect, but I just don't.
Neither do I.
So I don't know what that one. I don't know how that happened, but in my opinion, Burna Boy beats Popcorn. You know, African Giant is still a big song, not song, album. You know, I don't want to be disrespectful, but at this current moment in time, I don't think Popcorn has anything ringing off like that. I'm open to being wrong as well.
He just has a legacy songs that we've like basically grown up with and heard every time we go out. So, but that's still a powerful bag to be in, and you can argue that Burna doesn't necessarily have that to that.
He doesn't have
to the
that,
same degree.
Yeah, but Burna's hot right now, and that helped. And the song choices were good, and it helps that Burna Boy makes incredible music. Not to say Popcorn doesn't, but I just felt they were a bit mismatched. And
I enjoyed that, man.
So what, is this like a league table sort of situation?
Nah. So it's just 10v10. 10 songs from one artist, 10 songs from another, and they just go head to head, really. It's the best way I can describe it. So tonight will be Vybz Kartel versus Wizkid, which I think is criminally unfair.
It's a sticky one still.
I don't see in what world Wizkid wins.
And who's the audience? Who's the audience? Who decides?
Everybody who listens on the radio.
Everyone. It's on the timeline.
It's a bit like the clashes that were going on Instagram, like Skepta versus J5, and then like, you know, tune for tune, and then people vote whose tune's better at the time. So, but it's a good concept. They've really tapped into something, and it's really brought everybody together.
What, tonight's one? Vybz Kartel Wizkid?
Yeah,
I'm gonna say Vybz.
Has to be Vybz. If the voting's done right and it's not rigged, has to be Vybz. There's no other way.
Actually, no, fuck it. I'm saying Wizkid, bro. Fuck it, bro.
No, because the thing is, it's like Wizkid has a catalog, you know.
He's got a catalog, dog.
Nah, he does, but this is Vybz Kartel, man.
I'm just saying it for my Nigerians, innit? I'm just saying Wizkid, but I know what time it is.
I just don't see. I don't see how that happens.
Depends. Just depends when what tune is played when. Do you know what I mean? It's gonna be very interesting to see. I'm looking forward to it very much. So
it does go back to song selection, I guess, and we'll see. I just don't see how you can mess it up. But you know, J Hus lost to Kojo, so there must have been something there.
Anything?
Why would they do that? Why would they do that? That's.
Whoever,
you know, I don't have a word to say it, but it's, you know, like we already know Wagwan, isn't it? You can't put them together at all.
But it's still fun. It's good to see. Like, the good thing about it is, you know, people will assume a certain artist will win, but then when you listen to it, it's like, oh right. So for example, I listened to the Missy Elliott and Busta Rhymes one, and obviously it's a clash. So you just think, oh man, Missy's got way too many bullets in the chamber. But when I was listening to it, I was like, nah, Bus, yeah? Nah, Busta's mad. So it really, that's why it's so effective and why people are listening to it, because people still are intrigued to see who will win, even though there might be a clear answer beforehand. So that's the real...
The best one to do is Michael Jackson and Prince. That would be the best one to do.
I'm biased.
That's all and see.
I'm biased as hell. Michael Jackson's washing the floor, that nigga.
Also, Chris Brown looks like it could be interesting. That's one I'm looking forward to. And I don't think Western and Dubs is as clear as people think.
End up got the legacy tunes, innit?
For real.
But it's not really a good match.
No, it's not. It's two different timelines, bro.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying that's the clash that they presented, so I'm speaking on it. But
yeah, no, I agree.
That will be interesting.
It'll still be fun to hear, to see how it plans out, for sure.
And then the final one, I think, for the season 1 will be Drake Rihanna. So that will be big. That's definitely one I'm looking forward to. I can't even say who would win that.
Rihanna's got clips, ammo.
I was listening to one song I did not like back in the day, and I heard it again. Cheers to the Weekend. That song.
Yeah.
That song is actually amazing. Like, you play that song, people turn around and say, "No, Rihanna won this for sure."
It'll be close.
She's got the thing pattern. Don't worry, she's won.
You think she won?
100%.
Nah, I don't know, man.
It'll be close.
It's Judy Drake. It's a lot closer than I think you're making it out to be.
It'll be close, but at the same time, Rihanna gave Drake couple number ones. She said, hold that.
True,
you know what I mean? So
because that,
She said, hold this, Drizzy, hold that. So
when it goes from work to too good.
What about our clash, lads? What's going on? Yeah, is it still a thing?
Yeah, it has to be. Has to be done. Why not? We've got nothing to lose, everything to gain. Who's representing J. Cole?
That's me.
Oh, you're getting washed, man. You're not even in the conversation.
Man said I'm getting washed.
I'm talking to Emmanuel. That's it, man. I ain't even trying to hear that.
Hey, Demi,
what you mean, fam?
Demi, you know
that's when you play workout.
Hey, Demi, you know my thing, yeah. You know I could represent either three, but I picked J. Cole and just because
100%.
I think it'll be interesting to see what I come up with. But hey, listen, don't be coming with those Quentin Miller tunes, yeah. I don't want to hear none of them Quentin Miller written tunes. Don't want to hear none of them.
It has to be. That's
an asterisk.
I'm really intrigued to what you actually pick, yeah, because it's like, what are you actually gonna pick? Like 10 songs, really intrigued for Drake. You're representing Drake, innit? I'm representing Kendrick Lamar. Who are you picking? Like, what songs are you picking?
I'm pushing the floor, you man. I don't know.
But
if we're talking hits that people will know,
say it with your chest. Say it with your chest.
If we're talking hits,
nah, don't keep it to yourself. Don't reel them off now. We gotta keep.
I'm not reeling off nothing. But listen, hits on hits, man. That's what I've got.
Eman,
what's the rules though? What's the rules?
I'm in the process of writing down stuff. I'm trying to think of a way to make it interesting because obviously if it's hits for hits, then you know Drake's probably gonna wash the floor. But I'm gonna make it interesting. That's what I'm gonna say. But
God, he's gonna say have to do a conscious. Find one of his conscious songs.
That's when.
Tuscan Leather. I'm still wiping the floor, man. Get out of here.
But yeah,
I can play Worst Behavior.
Yeah, facts. But yeah, hopefully, I guess we should tell the audience we're trying to do a clash. 10 versus 10 versus 10. Us three on live, Instagram live. Saturday. We're figuring out the final details. We'll get the details out to you guys soon, but. Yeah, I think it'll be a fun little way to just interact with everybody, you know. So come through, pull up, and see who wins.
Watch me wash the floor with them.
Hey man, I don't want to hear none of those Dr. Umar bars from Kendrick Lamar, bruv. I'm telling you now.
This dick ain't free. This dick ain't free. But he would have a baby with a baby in his mouth, and he's looking at him. This dick ain't free,
baby. I'm finished.
Yeah.
Don't worry, V, I've got this.
Hey, that song is terrible, man.
It's alright. Click, ammo.
Kendrick gotta go to jail for that song, you know. Seriously. I said, baby.
That's too funny.
Ain't three. Nah, man. And then them dancing to it.
Bear tap dancing. Hey.
That is
don't worry, yeah. I've got this.
Say
Don't
nothing,
worry.
yeah.
Just make the rules. I've got 10 songs patterned already. Don't worry. Just make the rules.
Calm.
This dick ain't free.
Right, no, I'm looking forward to it. And mostly because just it'll be nice to hear them tunes ring off. Do you know what I mean? So we'll see how it goes.
Nah, I'm excited. Come out with the rules and I'll be there. You already know. I'm ready to wipe the floor with you guys. And yeah, none of them conscious bars. I ain't trying to hear that. I ain't trying to make people go to sleep. You know what I mean?
I hear that still.
Yeah, so our clash will be soon. Shouts out to No Signal, man. Very much looking forward to today. Though, I mean, obviously the clash would already happened, but just check out what they're doing. Vybz Kartel versus Wizkid. Not entirely sure what the rest of the week holds, but just special shouts out to them, man. They've really done their thing. Even to the point now that artists are getting involved. Like Burna Boy tweeted the DJ for his clash, so we already know how they're coming.
Absolutely.
I've got a question, yeah.
What's good?
What I mean, because we're on lockdown and currently the situation is that some people have been looking at conspiracy theories. What conspiracy theory in your lifetime have you been surprised by?
But what do you mean though? Like it turned out to be true? Or
it could be true, or something that's just like amazed you, like something that's just like it's either like so stupid that you've either believed it or you haven't believed it. Could be anything, but something that has just stuck out to you. What is the one that you heard?
Oh, okay. You know the silly ones like when we're in school and it's like stuff like Sierra was a man.
Oh.
But when you look at this woman, she's a straight up goddess, and we believe that, like, or we let that one fly.
What possessed us?
Kids be coming up with the dumbest things, man.
Weird as hell.
Oh god.
Conspiracy theory.
There's so many. If you're talking about those silly little things.
You got one, Eman.
Was it for you, Yeah, he's got one. He wants to reel it off.
No. First, Collins, you go.
I'll be honest, I don't think I have any. I've always been like I don't know, I kind of don't delve into that bag unless it's certain things. As far as conspiracy goes, yeah. I don't know, man. I haven't got any that rings to mind straight.
So, I believe, like, in Jesus Christ. I believe there's a savior, all that stuff. And there are certain things on this world. I do believe in certain things on this world I don't believe, yeah. So, recently I was listening to David Icke. He got banned on YouTube. He was speaking about 5G, coronavirus, X, Y, and Z. But this conspiracy theory has always stuck with what is the most dumbest thing that I've heard. Because of what I believe, it doesn't make sense to me. It's the reptilian people.
Oh, God.
It's like the shape-shifting snake people and stuff like that. It's like, you really got to be insane to believe that. Go on, Demi. What are you saying?
I was just going to say, if you look closer at Bill Gates, you can see it. All the rich people, I mean, the royal family.
Bill Gates, I see a turtle, fam.
It's a turtle.
He looks like a turtle.
Is a turtle or a reptile?
Man, so he looks like Donatello and them, man, there.
But that was like the worst one. The reason why I say like conspiracy theories is because David Icke, he's doing like a live stream at 5 o'clock on Sunday. Today? I'm pretty much gonna watch that. Even though like we're midway through like the podcast, I'm still gonna watch like part of it. Don't really mind. I can still catch it up. But it's like what's going on currently at the moment with like how the media today is censoring freedom of speech with these individuals. How would you feel about that?
I don't know, people have an agenda, innit? And it's just, if they think you're talking was and they've got the power, they're going to stop you. So I guess it's not fair. I think everyone should be able to talk their rubbish, you know, but if you talk the rubbish, also be prepared to get punched in the face. So that's within reason. But, you know, I think they should be allowed to speak their truth. Because there's people that are going to listen to them. It doesn't matter anyway. Because, again, they've shut him down. He's still doing his live stream. So YouTube taking down his account hasn't done anything. If people want to find it, they're gonna find it. So I don't think if it is freedom of speech and you say everyone's got it, they have to have it. You can't censor it. Then again, that is also dangerous in the sense that, you know, people are putting hate out into the world, and then, you know, if they shut down an account that looks like it's grooming terrorists, they've got to. So I don't know. But then again, it does go. I do believe in freedom of speech. It's just tricky. I guess you just have to monitor it, really.
Yeah.
But I know how much I'm contradicting myself in my line of thinking there. So it's tough. No one has the answers.
Yeah. Freedom of speech is a flawed concept at the end of the day. It should exist, but then there's going to be people who come out to say dumb shit. So it's always going to be.
And at the end of the day, it's the people in power who will be able to dictate what freedom of speech actually is. If it's not in line with their thinking, they can shut you down. So it don't matter anyway.
Yeah. Even back to the conspiracy one. I mean, I didn't grow up ever like chasing them, but I did hear one recently about the pyramids, the Egyptian pyramids. Someone was like rambling saying that aliens made the pyramids, right? And I mean, to me, that sounds stupid. But when you actually look at what time frame it was built and how big some of like, you know, the rocks and the actual composition of it is, it's actually mad to think that humans had the resources to actually build that. So it was just one that was intriguing to me. It's nothing I looked into or nothing like that. But
do you still think humans built them?
I mean,
yeah,
I don't know. You know, I mean,
to a certain extent,
I want to see it in person just to like, you know, get an idea of the scale of it. But
yeah,
you know, it is quite mad to think that. Don't you think?
100%.
Like, there are some people who believe. There's some people who believe in like giants. Like giants existed, so they could have assisted in the construction of the pyramids. Some people still believe that today dinosaurs exist. I had a full extensive conversation with an individual. I'm not going to mention his name.
Is it someone we know?
Him. We all know him. We definitely know him. And like we had a conversation about dinosaurs. I was like, I've heard about dinosaurs and them existing in a certain area, but I didn't really look too deep into it. And I found out that they could still be living right now.
Man, just chilling.
So that's one. But back to your theory about like the pyramids, about the aliens. I'm not too sure about aliens, but I'm very much sure about like
Hey, listen, aliens are about, man. You saw what the Pentagon released the other day.
Boy, they're cheeky, you know. Demi, they're mad cheeky, bruv. With all this madness going on, they're like, oh yeah, have that.
So yeah,
wow.
There's some UFOs. The man was speeding. Did you see that? The guy was like, hey yo,
it's lit over here.
That man going at some faster than the speed of sound.
Bro.
No, they didn't say there was aliens. They just said it was an unidentified project.
Flying objects, yeah.
Yeah.
There's an agenda behind that, bro.
Yeah, they know they exist.
They can't
that's
just
100%.
With everything going on right now, they can't just put out and be like, "Oh, by the way, lads."
I think it's a perfect time to drop it because people are like so nonchalant about it. Like, I guess that's happening. A few months, you have to come back and be like, "Hey, yo, you man said there's aliens. Like, is everything all right, buddy?"
We're only gonna care.
Looking shaky.
We're only gonna care once ET and them hop out. That's when we'll care.
And then Trump says illegal aliens.
Fam, illegal aliens.
He needs help, man. Honestly, I mean, I know it's off topic, but that stuff about drink that on Flora. He has to go to jail.
He's the worst.
Lock him up. Listen, if you hire a clown and then a circus happens, don't be surprised. My mum was looking at the lady like, we can do that. I think that's a good idea. It's interesting, isn't it? Knocks the virus out within a minute. Shut up.
He is special, bro.
Do you know what the baddest thing is? The lady he was looking at is like the governor for the weather or something. So she doesn't even know what he's talking about.
Madness, man.
She has nothing to do with COVID-19.
As you think.
Your president is telling you to drink, disinfect. Oh, come on. America's a third world country. I'm telling you all now.
America's a third world country with a Gucci belt on, bro. That's what it is.
For real.
It is, fam. It is.
Trying to tuck his North Face jacket in so you can see the Gucci belt. Nah, B.
Look at the fucking drip.
Do you see this belt? Kanye, are you going into fashion? Do you see this coat? Nah, Trump is a clown, man. So lock him up and never free him. It's a good idea. Knocks it out within a minute. No, it knocks it out within a minute because they're dead.
Tragic.
Nah, he's special, man. But have you seen his I tweeted it the other day. His secretary for media is Drop Dead Gorgeous.
This is an Africans only live stream.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, man. Make America great again. That's all I'm gonna say. I can't remember what her name is, but I saw the press conference. I was like, hey, yo, you know what? You know what?
Wait, what is she? Sorry, what the media secretary?
The media secretary, yeah.
Let me see this.
I can't remember what her name is. Let me see if I can get it for the people, man. Media, because I saw it, went straight to the Instagram.
Had to read it.
Had to pull it up.
Is she a part of I Need That?
Nah, she's not. I Need That, but she's nice. Kaylee McKinney. But yeah, she's nice. So you know what? Make America great again. I feel that, man. I saw that. I was shocked. It's like they're letting people look like this do serious stuff. Okay.
She got on OnlyFans.
Did you see the guy reviewing OnlyFans? Hey, we was onto this first, man.
Wait, did you say Adonna made the OnlyFans?
Nah, he was reviewing them. Like,
oh yeah, I saw that review.
Don't sign up to her because
it's just the same as her Instagram.
Oh no,
funny, bro.
What was I gonna say? Alright, so I went to, because I saw it trending the other day, or it was yesterday. Age of Ultron. I was wondering, is it underrated?
Let me just
in the grand scheme of things, now that you've seen the whole Infinity Saga.
Slightly, because it has really big character moments. Like, for example, when they tried to lift Thor's hammer, and the moment where it was Hulkbuster versus Hulk. I think those are really like standout moments. But other than that, I think Ultron was a bit slightly weak. That was probably my main criticism. And there was a bit too much they had to juggle. Like, they didn't juggle the multiple storylines very well. In my opinion.
I think that was my biggest issue with it. I think for me, the biggest issue is when they went to Hawkeye's house and they were trying to do 8 storylines, and some of them we didn't even care about, like Nat and Banner. Doesn't matter now, you know what I mean, in the grand scheme of things. I guess the Cap and Tony doing the log stuff was all right, but I could have done without seeing it.
No, that mattered.
You know,
that mattered a lot.
I think we now know it matters, but like, I think they could have done that same exact thing differently, because what happens when they get to Hawkeye's house is the film has actually been on a really nice roll. Like, it's been action, and I understand it needs a breather, but it slowed the film down almost to a halt, and you're just like, this is not entertaining. You know what I mean? That was what it was for me. Like, it just slowed the film down too much.
Have you been watching the MCU back?
No, I was just it was only because it was trending. I was just interested, like, to get your guys' opinion on it, if it's just me. Because I really liked it when it came out, but that was my biggest issue with it. Like, they tried to introduce too much in one film. And I was like, you know what? And I was also thinking, like, what's my biggest issue with this film? And it's definitely when they get to Hawkeye's house and the film just stops, and it's draining. It's hard. It makes it hard to watch.
I still feel like Ultron was a bit like I liked the idea of him, and what the character stood for, but I just don't feel like it translated very well because at the end of the day, it just kind of come across as Tony Stark's evil son robot, and it didn't really. I don't know. I thought he could have. I thought he could have had a bit. A better presence. Whereas Loki in the first one, phenomenal. Thanos, I don't have to say anything about Thanos. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I think. Well, you're saying that Ultron didn't have a clear purpose.
No, he had a clear purpose, but I just don't feel like it was executed very well. Like,
I see.
Like he'd come back with like jibes, like to be like, oh, like you just sound like a disgruntled kid. So it just didn't really give me good villain vibes. But I agree with the Hawkeye house thing for sure. Like, ain't nobody got time for that.
No, I think it's actually quite telling because most villains come back for more than one film, if they're good enough. Especially if they've gone against the Avengers. You know, Ultron's been nowhere to find. You can tell it wasn't something they wanted to revisit. Not even the idea, you know. Yeah. So it's interesting. But the film does set up. I think as difficult as it is, or not difficult, as sloppy as it is in setting up certain things, it did still set up a lot of good things that after that, I think after that phase 2, you know, went on into phase 3 to be really pivotal and actually be quite important. So
yeah, I agree.
It's a good film. I enjoyed it. But it was just interesting to get other people's opinion and see what they thought about it as well.
Yeah, fair. No, I quite enjoy it. It's not as bad as people make it out to be, but it's definitely the weakest Avengers movie by a fair distance.
Definitely. I think it'd be interesting to see. What we should do is try and do all our 23. So there's been 23 movies, especially with Black Widow not coming out for its set date. So we're not going to have another Marvel film till November. That's even if cinemas open. So I think it'll be interesting to do all our 23 films that we rate. Or we can even just maybe make it top 10 because 23 is quite hard to do. Like, you know what bottom tier is, stuff like Ant-Man 2, Thor 2, you know, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 1, 2 and 3. Actually, I don't know about 3. But you know what I mean. It'd be interesting to see what people think.
I like Iron Man 2, boy. I ain't gonna lie. But that's just me.
You love it. Yeah, but
I love Iron Man 2.
I think for you, it's a bit of a guilty pleasure.
For sure.
I want my bed. Nah, it's not. Yeah. I actually rate 3. That's the thing. But I don't understand the criticism against 3.
I don't like 3, man.
I think it's like, what's her name? What's the wife's name?
Well, that's her real name.
Pepper Potts.
Pepper Potts. She's now a fire-breathing woman. It's like,
when she was fisting man up, I said,
Nah, I won't believe. I think.
Where did this training come from?
Film. This training.
Happy, innit?
I hate when they do that. Just because you got powers don't mean you know how to fight.
Yeah,
that always annoys me in films. But on the topic of Iron Man 3, I think it's a really good film up till when we find out that Homeboy's not the Mandarin. Then it just falls apart.
Yeah, because actually, no. I mean, they tried their best to like make the actual Mandarin a real thing. Not, of course, like that individual was just an actor, innit? But there's actual Mandarin.
Yeah, Guy
Pearce's character. No, it's not even Guy Pearce's character.
Is it not?
There's actually a
there's
Mandarin.
like a proper Mandarin.
Yeah. No, I get you.
So, and he'll be the villain in Shang-Chi. I hope I'm saying it right. Or Shang-Chi's film. So he exists to this day, and they want to do the character correctly. So it'll be interesting to see. But yeah, no, again, just to get people's opinion on Age of Ultron. So I guess the final topic I wanted to discuss today was UK visuals. With more money coming into our scene, evidently we're getting better, more money, rappers having better change. You can see it. I mean, I'm interested in visuals being upped now, which they have steadily, but I feel they've become a bit stagnant. And a video that really impressed me was George for his song Patterned. I was like, yo, this is high level for UK. What do you think? What do you think would need to change in order for us to have better visuals?
It depends on the genre, because like UK rap, you can get creative with it. We've seen quite a few instances of that, like even from like Fredo and Dave and Stormzy to some extent. But I feel like if you're gonna go into like something like drill, for example, it's hard to kind of create a visual that's beyond the typical, 5 man on a block, because like, what am I talking about in the song? 5 man on a block. So it's
5 man on the block.
It's hard to,
yeah. AMG is like, yeah, man.
But if it's UK rap and R&B, the world's your oyster.
I guess they lend themselves. Yeah, I guess they lend themselves a bit better to probably better videos. But I do feel like it'd be nice to see, some, even if it is drill, there's creative things that I feel like they could do to try and elevate it, because you don't want it to get stuck in that place where it just becomes, what you're gonna get. Like if there's clean visuals and they're actually good, I think it would elevate the sound and potentially even open you up to a new, different market. Because certain people might be turned off because of the video, and then if your video is up to a certain standard, it's like, yo, that's actually sick. Like, the drill song is good already, but the video is even better. So I think that's why I would like to see them try to, not even, you know what, yeah, if it is 5 man on the block, it's 5 man on the block, but try to do something different with the 5 man on the block. You know what I mean? Like there's the world's your oyster. You're clearly talented and you're clearly creative if you manage to get to that level. So just encouraging people to think outside the box, like we saw so well with that Jaws video. Like I was so impressed with it.
Yeah, very well put together.
Yeah, I don't know how much money he had, but it looked like he did a lot with a little. I guess it did benefit that he was able to go to a foreign country. I don't know what the country is, but the shots from in the UK and in the foreign country, they were great. But that was it. He was smart and he was able to do a lot with a little. I think that's what. Because again, if it's the 5 man on the block, it's a 5 man on the block. But do a lot with the little you have.
But then again, I feel like what's it? Things that have already been set in motion, have already been done. For example, we see people going abroad. I would say like Dave started that. Santan Dave, when he went to Milan. Then he went to, before he went to Milan, he went to Pigalle in France. Then he went to Milan in Italy. Like there's that sort of vibe. And then you can even speak about like people are flying off to Iceland when it's winter and then shooting out a video there. What about SL? Like SL really set the bar.
Yeah.
That disproves my theory completely. Do you know what I mean? Because he's obviously.
And then there's even what's it? Young ads and LB fam. They're just they're in the freaking kitchen or they're in a bedroom and they're just shooting a video, and they've not really changed from that. Like,
but even it's cool.
They've not really changed from that. But like, I'm not saying that's not done before, but I think with their music, it just speaks for itself. Whereas the visuals to them, it doesn't necessarily matter. Whereas there's other individuals, I feel like visuals need to speak. I mean, visuals speak a lot. I think the best video I've seen is Ambush when he's in Dubai and then he gets sent back to jail, so on and so forth. And he comes out, he's fresh home, but he has a tag and he can't move out of a certain area. So I think that video was amazing because you could see the contrast of him actually making it and then him still being stuck in the gutter.
I mean, yeah, I think it's interesting, certainly, but it's just that thing you'd want to see where there's evidently more money being poured into the scene. You want to see something different. And I think our genres, despite what people might think, they lend themselves to having dope visuals. And it's something we say very often. Like, if a song's great, I'd love to see a video for it as well. So it's that thing. I think there's a need now, especially because we will be getting on MTV and that a lot more. There's definitely a need for us to improve the visuals, 100%. because people are going to be seeing it. So it's just a conversation that I thought, needs to be had.
Yeah, I think it's happening though. I think it's happening. You look at people like in our scene, like Koji Radical has like really sick videos, and his videos are completely left. So there's people who do it. It's just trying to get it on a wider spectrum. But it's hard right now, obviously, because now with everything going on,
of course, now
no one's going to be shooting any videos.
No, not at all.
So now
I guess at the moment it's not something to think about, but I think it is something that needs to be thought about in general. Just hopefully going forward when people can make videos again and they can be on set. I mean, being on set in general.
But then again, like there's a lot of videos that are scheduled. It's like Girl Speak to Grime Daily, Link Up TV, SB if they're still about, and it was a scheduled video. Like the video's already made, it's been edited because it does take time to edit a video out. But then they'll probably schedule it for like the next month because that's the time where the album will be done, the EP will be done.
Yeah.
And that's when they're done touring and so on and so forth. So they want to put some new music out, so on and so forth. So I think there's still going to be music videos out, but just wait until like June, July. There's going to be a lot of music videos in the yard.
Yeah,
100%.
And a lot of them are going to be looking bummy. So, and the thing is, it's nothing to hate on it. So like.
Yeah, no, but I think we'd understand the current situation. Like people are trying to make it music even still. So I think that makes sense. It's just, I guess, it's something to think about. Hopefully, it depends on what we get when we get out of this. What's the level of music videos. It's just something that I was thinking about, like, especially more so because I saw that George track and I was like, this video and the visuals are dope. I'd love to see more of this. And I'd love to see more artists who can up the levels, I'd like to see them attempt to do it.
I do like the Sir video though. The one
where they use that cartoon,
John
Redcrow, yeah. What's the name of that cartoon? That was... Something Hill. I can't remember the name of it now. But I know which one you're on about. It was pretty smart.
Yeah. That was a really nice video.
Yeah. But I guess it's also important that when we have conversations like this, like you've just done, is we big up the people who are doing good videos as well. So yeah, I guess it's just a chance to spotlight George as well. So, because the song's dope and the visuals are arguably even better. So it's the spotlight, and then to also use it as an opportunity to ask the scene which we love so much, to also improve their visuals.
100%.
Does anyone else have anything?
I was randomly
else on the docket?
I was randomly on Facebook yesterday, and obviously with all the madnesses going on Twitter, Twitter's basically on fire. But I was like, shit, did I ever tweet or write mad shit online? And like, I went onto Facebook, and did you know there's a thing called Facebook Memories? So you go on there and it shows you like your status is from 10 years ago. I've been on there all week and I've just been dying, bro. Like some of the stuff we used to talk about on there, making me laugh. Like the problems we had then are so different now.
I don't think I've been racist towards black women on any social media outlet.
I'm not even saying that in particular. I mean, and luckily, nor have I. But what I'm trying to say, probably left from that, because obviously that is a bad topic. I don't want to skim over it, because obviously what's been going on is awful, and people. It's a two-sided coin, but I'm not going to delve into it. What I wanted to say really is like some of the conversations we used to have back then were just so like nonsensical.
Because kids, you think you're 16 and like you think, oh, yo, I'm an adult, I'm so mature, or I'm heading towards adulthood. Not at all. You're a child. You're still a child. You're an idiot.
I had one. I had one like status was like, oh, this is the worst day of my life. Can things get any worse, nigga? you had no clue. You had no clue, dog.
I said you had no clue.
Fam, it's hilarious.
Things that when you're little or younger that matter is of zero importance now, man. It's crazy.
It's funny, bro. It's just something I thought I should share, because I don't know if you guys have your old like accounts for shit, but I was just skimming through it and I was just cringing like some of the shit I was saying, bro. Like Jesus Christ, boy.
Miss them days, man.
Yeah, things are simpler time.
Yeah,
Definitely.
very
Simpler time.
Definitely. Much
Food was
simpler
cheap.
time.
Bus fare was cheap. Just calm yard, fam. It's calm. You ain't got to
You know
worry
what I'm
about too
saying?
much.
Go
What a time to be
lakeside,
alive.
walk around for no reason, go home,
You
complete
know
the
what I'm saying?
mission.
Just for no reason whatsoever. Just look around, just look about.
Real talk.
Go Apple Store, after Apple Store, go Foot Locker, go JD, then go home. That's it. Actually get like an apple pie and you're done.
Real
But
talk.
now, yeah, if you're going lakeside for no reason, it's a waste. It's a waste of time.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I could not go. If I'm stepping in there for a reason, I never thought about that. That's stopped.
Boy, whenever I'm in there, I'm in and out, boy. I don't even want to be seen like that. Just a
100%.
Screw it.
I'm in and out. I feel that. All right. Does anyone else have anything on the docket?
Nah, dog.
Nah.
Yeah, good episode, lads.
That's love. Good. Have a good episode. Can't wait for the clash. Wiping the floor, you man. And a bit. Take it easy.
Bow!